See, I have this one set up. Can you hear me on this microphone? Because this is going to be my unboxing microphone. If you can hear me on this one, something's up. But I have a feeling you're not going to be able to hear me. Camera, audio, Yeti, MacBook, stereo audio. Please, oh Lord, you're not deaf. None of you are deaf. The unboxing mic works. Okay, how about this? Why don't we just do this for now? That's so weird. Okay, why don't we do... Hold on. Add the stream. That's so weird. I must be like... This must be my like primary user one. And the other one must be my secondary one. So guess what? You get to stare at my my arm for a little bit. Unless I can do one of these here. No. 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 No, hold on. Let's see if I can do this. Solo layout. How about now? Please, oh Lord, please tell me you can hear this. And I swear I swear we know how technology. Any way we can box like right now. I would love to piece up all of you on any game in VR right now, except this is kind of a live stream. I would make change out of all of you in front of your best friends and family. In real life or on VR. I would love to do that. But, unfortunately, we have some stuff to talk about here. So, yeah, hopefully you can still hear me. Good solution. Okay, good. I'm not going to look at this yet. That's something for later. Let me say all my hellos. Hello, welcome to my 6,000 subscribers. I can't believe there's 6,000 people that actually give a shit about me. Hold on, let me take a sip here. But it makes me very happy. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. If I had a heart, it would be full of joy, but all I have is a bag of sawdust where my heart should be. So in fact, I will just say thank you for being a subscriber if you are. And if you're not, go ahead and subscribe now. Kind of what I wanted to do with this one today, with this type of thing, was I wanted to... welcome you to the stream, which is what this little banner down there says. And B, talk about a few different things. Now, you're more than welcome to ask me any kind of fitness. No, and you know what? The only reason I curse, I'll tell you what. The only reason I bleep out the curse words on my videos is the monetization thing on YouTube is really weird. Like if you curse too much on YouTube, your video gets seen less. It's really weird. That's why you see a lot of big name YouTubers that curse a lot, that have a lot of sponsors. One in particular is the Angry Video Game Nerd. He just like curses like crazy, but he always has sponsors because a lot of his videos don't even get monetized because there's so much cursing that sponsors and the ads you unfortunately have to see don't want to have anything to do with it. So it's like you have to fill out this little form that says, how much cursing did you do in this video? And I always bleep everything out so I can get away with it. The other reason is because if you don't already know, I'm a school teacher and I actually have a few students that watch my channel, and I don't want them to like see their PE teacher cursing up a storm, because Lord knows what they'll go and tell their parents. I saw Mr. Duenas, he was saying the F word so many times. So those are my two reasons. But today we can say all the curse words. I'm not going to, but we could still say them. I'm 40. I don't need to curse anymore. I'm not trying to rebel against anybody anymore. But as I was saying, is I wanted to talk about a few things today. I wanted to talk about future of VR fitness. I wanted to talk about like any questions you have. I know that I had alluded to starting a membership or something in one of my last videos about like people can ask the trainer, quote unquote, any of their fitness, nutrition questions. You know what? After seeing all your comments on that subscription video and kind of seeing what you guys were interested in and not interested in, I just don't think a membership is something that I want to do at this time. And I love live streaming. I love doing this kind of stuff. So for me, it's more about like, what can I give to the community that's there? And if you guys have questions about, I mean, like anything, and if you don't know, if you've never read my about section, I'm not just some dipshit who, started a YouTube channel just cause. Um, I actually, so a little bit about me is I've been working in the fitness industry close to, wow, like almost 11 years now. Um, I used to be super overweight. Like I used to be about 285 pounds. And then I made a lot of lifestyle changes. And then I didn't, but they weren't healthy ones. I'll be honest with you. Like the lifestyle changes I made were just like, gave me eating disorders and gave me like exercise disorders and body dysmorphia disorders. And it became like I had gotten down to 160 pounds walking around. If you're looking at me right now, I kind of fluctuate between about 200 and 190. That's about where my weight is. And I got a little bit of meat on my bones. I'm not gonna be honest. It's always funny when I get the comments that are just like, "How can you be a fitness guy if you're fat?" Like, but this is the world we live in. Is like I'm apparently fat now. But they don't know the whole story. So, but yeah, I used to be super overweight. Got down to 160. I used to fight in MMA. One of my fights is on YouTube. I might do like a live stream where we watch it, and it's not great and it's old. But I got down to 160. I used to cut weight down to 145. That's the thing that kind of gave me an eating disorder. Thank you, Cha Cha Boom. Oh, it's good to see you again. It's been long. It's been too long. And then after MMA, kind of like it just my neck hurt all the time. I just kind of got into CrossFit and then I hurt my back really bad in CrossFit. So now I just do weightlifting. Obviously, VR fitness is the majority of my cardio. And then but it's just mostly weightlifting, VR fitness, and then some like other things like that. Mostly like, I don't do a lot of like explosive training. I'm too old. I know that's probably not a great excuse, but I just feel like I'm too old to be doing like a lot of the strongman stuff. I coach. Yeah, that's a ring fit. Look at that bad boy. Look at that thing. This thing. Oh man, game changer. If you don't know me, I get off on tangents really easily. Like this is why I'm not the greatest teacher in the world either. Is because my students are like, "Hey, tell me about this," and I'll start talking for like 15 minutes about something we had nothing to do with. Yeah, ring fit. That's in the works. Don't worry. This is in the works. I have a love-hate relationship with, hey, Fat Fairy Princess. Good Fat Fairy Princess. Oh my God. I call my daughter Princess all the time, so it's just built in. This is in there. This is in there. The VR fitness company, do you still love to hate? I'll get to that. I'm going to get to your questions, I promise. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save questions for the end unless they become like super chat questions, and then I'll hit them immediately. However, where was I going? See, I derailed, immediately derailed. So after MMA, CrossFit hurt my back real bad. I just kind of focused on training other people. And then this is kind of just stasis for me. And if you don't know anything or don't know a lot about to like fitness in general, is it's a lot of it is genetics based. So if your parents are overweight, and like if you look at family photos and everyone kind of has a certain body type, they're just a little bit rounder, you're gonna be a little bit rounder. And this was what made me a terrible personal trainer, is because people would come in and they would bring pictures in and they'd say, I want to look like this, and I'll show you. I'll show you who they want to look like. Let me pull up my terrible toxic Instagram real quick, and oh no, sorry, old guy on a phone. There, I'll show you. And we've talked about her before, Miss Carrie June, and they're like, I want to look like. Here she is, like Carrie June, and she is. Hold on, let me see if I can get that on there. It's kind of hard because it's trying to focus on me, but you get the idea. We've talked about her on the stream before, and she's like 4'10", former cheerleader who sells really, really terrible clothing for women, and then sells her her 6-week challenge to people, and it's all just awful. But they'd bring pictures of her and say, I want to look like her. I'm like, sorry, you're not going to. I'm like, I can make you look like a fitter version of your parents, and that's about it. If you look at pictures of my dad, we have the exact same body type, and he was he was a relatively fit guy. I mean, he rode, and he wasn't too fit, but he wasn't he wasn't a slouch either. He actually died a while ago, so it's like that's why I'm talking in the past tense of was. So after I started training people for a while, we unfortunately had to close the gym down. COVID just took its toll on our gym, and we just couldn't keep up with the bills anymore, which was unfortunate because not sure where you guys are, but here in Philadelphia, they have and continue to impose like really strict and really stupid COVID rules because we're a metropolitan city and I'm like in the city. And it's very crowded. And so like up until a couple weeks ago, we were still doing mask stuff at school. We like where I teach at, they were making us wear masks, and it just became a little out of control. We lost about 8 months of gym time, so we ended up closing the gym down. But it was kind of a blessing and a curse. We had to stop. It was one less thing I had to worry about. And guess what? I'm making a lot more content for you guys, and I'm loving every minute of it. But I have this was a long way of telling you all my qualifications for those of you who have questions. My bachelor's degree in kinesiology, and I have my master's degree in applied exercise science with focus in strength and conditioning. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't like to talk too much about myself, but I haven't streamed in a while, and I just wanted to give you a rundown. Asterion, if you don't know, Asterion makes all sorts of great products. There's my little my guy right here. Also, do you see my new camera? It follows me. Ooh, look. I'm going to try and juke it. Hoo, ha, hoo. Sorry. Technology. So any questions you have, I'm going to get to them at the end. So if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you want to throw a super chat, I'll address it immediately. But beyond that, I want to jump into some things that we're going to do today. So I have some fun, I think, products we're going to look at today. I'm also going to talk about like what I think is coming from video editing skills. I'm going to answer this one. Okay. So in a previous life, I had a dream of becoming a graphic designer. And I want to tell you, I'm going to try to, I don't know what that is. Okay, cha-cha boom. Dragon Fist review comes out on Friday. Be ready for it. That game slaps. I cannot wait for you to see that review. It's so good. Oh God, I'm off. But video editing skills. I had a dream of one day becoming a graphic designer. I got my associate's degree in graphic design and digital media. And that's where I learned how to do video editing. And then I worked as a graphic designer for like 3 months and realized I hated every minute of it. So I ended up switching to like a fitness related skill. So, but yeah, Dragon Fist, OMG, it comes out on Friday. I promise you're going to love the review. I have like this month I put out 25 videos, which is absolutely bananas because I went from going to like 4 videos a month to 25. And next month I'm going to do 25 and the month after. And I think I got it down to a system now. I want to push out more content for you guys, even if it's just like long play stuff. Cause a lot of you don't really care for like me talking, which if you're here in the stream probably isn't you, but there's a lot of people like, I don't want to hear your voice, I just want to see you play a game. And I'm like, I'm happy to oblige that. So by all means, we're gonna keep pushing out gameplay content. That's also why I push it out at midnight every night, or every time I push it out, because like if you're my daytime folks, it'll be there, but you won't you might not see it. So either way, got the version 41, how to invite friends to your home. Okay. So despite what you might think, I am not very good with technological stuff. If you didn't notice from the first 5 minutes of this video of me trying to figure out why a mic works and doesn't work. But with version 41, that is a question for like the big boys. I'm gonna point you to a couple YouTubers here that like if you jump on there, if you jump on their video comments, you might see it, is Eric Hartley. I'll drop his name in the chat here. I can't like at him, so if you just search for Eric Hartley, so Eric Hartley is one of my favorite YouTubers because he is calm. He is like very intelligent and kind of knows everything about everything. And I'm in a Discord with a lot of the bigger YouTubers, and he's one of them. And anytime I have a question, I'm always bothering him about it. So if you have like questions about tech stuff, I would say go to his channel. His videos can get a little just like long play, but his other talking ones are super easy to listen to and easy to watch. So I highly recommend checking out Eric Hartley for those kind of tech questions. Yes, yes. So I actually went on a trip to the Meta Facebook campus a couple weeks ago, and it was me and like a lot of the bigger name YouTubers. So like Steve Knows was there, and VR Gamer Dude was there, and Disco VR was there, and it was like this like all-star cast of YouTubers, and we all just got to go like tour San Francisco, go to the Meta campus, go to the new Meta store. I didn't actually put a lot of stuff out on that because I almost felt weird because my channel doesn't focus a lot on that kind of stuff, but I was just happy to be there. And it was a lot of fun. But here's what we're going to look at today. 2 products, okay? Number 1, and it's I have no clue if this is a thing or not, but it's it doesn't believe I'm here. Hold on. Technology. Okay. Maybe if I just do this. All right, there we go. Maybe I'll do that. Lumen. Okay, Lumen is so it's apparently a metabolic measurement device. And what it is something that you breathe into, and it kind of tells you what energy you're burning. I'm not positive about like everything about it. I've never even opened it, but OMG. Hey, look. Oh, wait. This is my chance. Hold on. This is my chance. So this is what it looks like. It almost looks like a vape pen or something. But apparently you're supposed to like breathe into this thing. Toot. Looks like a little kazoo. And it tells you, it tells you like what kind of energy you're burning and what you should be eating for the day. Is it a thing? Is it real? I don't know. You know me. I will call bullshit on whatever I think is bullshit. And that's one of the reasons I don't get a lot of companies. Oh, there's my leg. I don't get a lot of companies sending me stuff anymore. I'm trying to figure out how I go back to the solo view for here. Oh no, did I lose it? Hold on. Solo layout. There we go. Okay. And then the other thing, this is going to be crazy. Their ping pong paddle attachments that go onto your Quest controllers. That's crazy. It's craziness, right? Come on. Really? But we're going to take a look at this. We're going to hook them up. I'm not going to play with them, but we'll use the footage for something else. But yeah, it's kind of, and yes, unfortunately, if you're one of my OG fans, this is a Meta tattoo that my community voted for to get me tattooed. I go monthly for tattoos, and my tattoo artist, Ruby Gore, you can follow her on Instagram. She's amazing. She was like, "Are you serious? We're doing this?" And I'm like, "Yep, they voted on it." And sure enough, I got it done. And like, yeah, it's real. You can look. That thing ain't going anywhere. Maybe one day if Meta ever decides, like, you know, if they go full Elon Musk or something, I can always cover it with like a butterfly or maybe a bat signal or something. But for now, we're keeping it, baby, because that's what we're all about. If I don't eat the right food, will it prevent my car from starting? Man, would that be a great idea. You're onto something very, very brilliant right there. Again, if you're on YouTube, or excuse me, if you're on Facebook watching this stream or Twitter, I cannot see any of your comments. You're gonna have to jump over to the YouTubes to ask any of your questions. And again, yes, Queen Ricky's in the house. I missed you, brother. I missed you. But yeah, let's get right into it. I saw a question up here. We're going to talk about the future of VR fitness because I did see a question pop up. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I'm like catching all of these comments up. And someone asked, "Do you think there is room for VR fitness and you know what? It's Will Health. Um, a room for VR fitness and barbell training, CrossFit type training." So, this is one that's like it's odd because like I really thanks Ricky. I really wish there were. However, I think for what VR is at the moment, I don't think it's doable. And one of the things that I get into with other like developers sometimes, because I know a lot of the developers, I work with a lot of the developers. I've been doing in the last few months, I've been doing a shit ton of consulting for games that are coming out and games that are already out that are branching into the fitness world. Some of these I can't talk about because I'm under an NDA, and but there's ones like Yogi Stream TV. I just did a consultation with them on their yoga app, and it's so I've been working behind the scenes on a lot of these games because you know me. I like to have my finger on the pulse of. Um, Hold on, sorry. I just saw your question, Fat Fairy Fitness, and I'm gonna get to it in a second. I try to have my finger on the pulse of what's next for VR because as of right now, and somebody I can't even tell you who left a good comment on one of my videos is that as of right now, VR is doomed to be between Beat Saber and FitXR. You're either gonna punch things or you're gonna swing at things, and and obviously you can do body weight squats and stuff. They throw that in there, but it got me thinking. That was a really poignant, a really useful comment for me because it simplified a lot of things that I already believed. And it's like, how do we get VR fitness to the next level? So you have games, and I've covered them before, like VR Workout, my homie Mike over at VR Workout, and then we have I covered it VR It. I think that's what we ended up calling it, VR It. They get you in full body stuff, but again, you're stuck with calisthenics. And then you have, do I still have them? No, I think I got rid of them. The VR dumbbells. You saw my video on that. You're not going to see knee lifts in Supernatural. We'll talk about that in a second, but you won't see it. But yeah, I think as of now, and the biggest problem is people are making products to try and force into what we already have. So wrist weights, VR dumbbells, you name it. Those banded things, the ones that connect behind. I have one, guys. I am so dreading putting out a video about that because that thing sucks. And I keep seeing other creators doing it, like putting out videos. They're like, "This thing's awesome," and then I'm like, "Yeah, but you don't understand what a fulcrum is, and you don't understand why this isn't awesome, and why it's putting too much pressure on smaller joints that you may not understand." Anyway, let's not get into that. So I think where we're at is we're kind of in this diaspora of VR fitness where people want to push the limit, push the envelope. We have the Lightboxer app, and you know me, I love doing that to that thing. I trashed them, and then after I trashed them, I got to talking with the CEO Jeff about the actual application, and I'm still like not a fan of the Lightboxer VR game or workout, whatever you want to call it. I love this thing. This Lightboxer, the real life one. This thing's awesome, and that's why like some of you guys get on me because I've been kind of shoehorning into videos lately. But I love this thing, but the problem is it doesn't translate into the VR world. We're stuck with kind of a FitXR Supernatural boxing that's worse. Now they do make extra control. They do make like things. They're called like slime trackers, and they're going to be, I think, whatever the next iteration of Quest is going to be, it's going to have some kind of full body tracking. But what does that mean? Honestly, you don't even need it. You could get away with just saying, hey, do this. And anyone who's serious about fitness will just do this. Like if you think about, if you're a Supernatural user, when they do the quick feet, there's a part where you do quick feet where there's no thing there that's like watching you do that, but you're going to do it because it's like it's beneficial sort of. I mean, it gets your heart rate up a little bit more, but like, do you need a tracker for that? I don't know. And I go back and forth with a couple developers on this who asked me about full body. And honestly, I think full body tracking, unless you're doing some kind of like dance thing, like Feet Saber or something like that, I really don't think there's a need for it at the moment. Now, what I preach, and a lot of people, sorry, cat hair everywhere, the joys of owning a cat. What I think, but honestly, even for full body or like for form tracking, it's like it, and that's a great. I'm gonna put that up there. Is do you need that? Not really. And here's why. We always talk about form, and when I say we talk about like I'm talking about like trainers in general. You got to have your back straight. You got to have your shoulders back. But do you really? Because when you think about fitness and you as a person, everybody's geometry is very different. And I've talked about geometry on I want to say on YouTube on live streams before. Is everyone's geometry is different. So like let's use a deadlift for example, or actually a better one is squats, because probably everyone in here has attempted a squat and does it differently. Now some people can get ass to grass and keep their heels on the ground the whole time. I can do that. Because my spine flexibility is a lot different. My hips are shaped a lot different than other people. Now you're going to have people who have like tighter hamstrings, tighter quadriceps, tighter abdominal muscles, who can't get their butt to drop below their knees. And that's not saying it's a bad squat, but you have to work around your geometry, and there's things that you can do. But I honestly don't think like form tracking or hiring a trainer to watch your form is even worth it. Like if you're getting benefit from the workout, that's fine. You don't really need to do now if you're doing all that Instagram dipshit stuff where they're like jumping 1 foot onto a box and then diving off, like that stuff's stupid, obviously. And most people know it's stupid, but they're like, "Whoa, it looks cool because the guy's doing it, has his shirt off, and he looks really hot." But honestly, I don't think form tracking is going to be a useful thing for VR. Give me 1 second. Now, like Cha-Cha Boom said, soccer games, things like that, absolutely. But I've punched my water heater so many times because I'm down in the basement. I've punched my heater so many times. I can only imagine if I'm playing like a kung fu game and I kick something, I will kick my cat. I will kick a hole in the wall. Something bad is going to happen if I do that. But yeah, I don't know. See, I talked about that with Yogi Stream guys, and it's like, is it? Because it depends. Because if you're new to yoga, you're not going to have the mobility, like let's say in your hips or your ankles, to do a lot of the things that a seasoned yogi can do. So if the game is just yelling at you the whole time to let's say you're doing like a downward facing dog. That's the one where you're like on all fours and your butt's way up in the air. That's what she said. And you're trying to like push through your palms. Most of the form stuff in that is nuanced, like keeping your palms flat on the floor. There's no VR that's going to read that. And I think, I don't know. I just don't see full body tracking as the next step for fitness. I see augmented reality as the next step. And I think now Apple just said they're going to release their headset in 2024, and it's going to be heavily focused on augmented reality. You better believe I'm buying that thing, because I'm just like an Apple guy anyway, because I'm dumb with tech stuff, and Apple's just like, duh, 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 I can figure it out really easy. We Fit. Now, I actually talked about this thing right here earlier, was the Ring Fit Adventure. Now, Ring Fit Adventure is like the gold standard, in my opinion, of fitness gaming. Like, exergaming is the word. And here's the problem, is I need to do it on my damn TV. And I live in a brownstone in Philly. It's a relatively larger brownstone. But if you know anything about brownstones, they're about 15 feet wide. Ours is like a 2-story, 5-bedroom, 15 feet wide. That's not a lot of space when you start putting in hallways and stuff. That's fair. You know what? That's a fair one. And I will take all of the hate, the Apple hate, because all of the other YouTube guys give me crap about it because I don't know how to work a computer. I don't know how to do any of that. But I don't have to because Apple just does it for me. I just pay a couple extra $100. So this thing should be, if you've ever played Ring Fit Adventure, this is like the gold standard. It's story based. It's actually fun. It does more than just swinging your arms at things. Like, this is strength based. It's going to be like isometric holding. This thing is amazing. My problem is I have to use my TV, and I have like one TV in my house. So for some of you who like have maybe bigger suburban homes, that thing's great. But for me, it's like I have a wife, a son, and a daughter, and if I'm going to do a ring fit, I'm going to keep calling it Wii Fit. Someone said that. If I'm going to do like a Ring Fit adventure thing, they're just going to be sitting around watching me do it. And I'm just like, don't worry guys, it's only an hour and a half today. Don't worry. So for me personally, it doesn't work. And, but everything else about it, I love. Now they need to start designing things like this for the Quest, where, for example, instead of me putting like the Wii thing there, I stick the controller in there. There's no reason that you can't do that. There's literally no reason why this thing cannot just be repurposed into a VR game, because like you could see it, like assuming you could just attach it to the ring. Like when you play a VR game, you see your hands, you still see the controller in VR. So there's no reason why you couldn't just see the ring as well. So rate the Quest 2 out of 10. I'm going to jump into that one because there's some good stuff in here. Quest 2 out of 10. It depends on what we're ranking it for. So for me personally, I would give it probably like an 8. Okay. And here's why. It's standalone. It was my first venture into virtual reality. I didn't have the Quest 1. I don't have an HTC Vive. I don't have any of that stuff because that requires a computer. And callback, I only use Mac stuff, which is not powerful enough to like run VR stuff. I am working on getting a PC, so I can start doing PC VR stuff. But again, I'm fitness focused. For me, I think right now, it's the best XR gaming tool on the market today. So if we're talking about fitness to the general population, it's a 10 out of 10. If we're talking about just it in VR in general, I would say it's like more of a 7 or 8 out of 10, or an 8. I would say it's closer to an 8 because they have the Facebook monies behind it to push it out to everyone. If you look at Steam, like Steam makes up most of the headsets that are downloading VR games, and the fact that it can be used for PC VR and wirelessly, it's pretty incredible. So for me, it's limited. There's only certain things it can do, like the graphics. If you were just talking about standalone, which is the only thing I do, the graphics are limited and things like that. But beyond that, I would say 8 out of 10 for just VR, 10 out of 10 for like hot new fitness tools. Like and the fact that it's still not like a big thing here, like when I still talk to people about it, or I bought one for my son's teacher as like an end of the year gift, and that's what I do, is like I get gifts, and when I get gifts for people, it's usually a Quest 2 because I'm like, yes, join us. But people are still like, wait, how do I use this? What is this thing? And it's incredible to me because their billboards are all over Philly and they're all over like Times Square. So it's not like people don't see it. I just don't think they know about it too much. So I'm going to jump through some of these questions here. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. I just want to catch up with some of these. I like you talking. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, let me get through here. Sorry. Great broadcasting. I know. I'm an expert at this. Here's a good one. Let's address the sweaty, protein-infused elephant in the room. Which VR fitness company do you love to hate? Supernatural. I'll be completely honest with you. I love to hate Supernatural. And here's why. I'm going to let that soak in while I take a sip real quick. Hold on. Just marinate that. Because that for me is an easy choice. Supernatural is a company that I love to hate. And one of the reasons for that is because they are so secretive about everything. And I feel like sometimes that secretiveness, is that a word? There's got to be a word like that. That secrecy. There you go. There it is. That secrecy kind of like is a double-edged sword. Especially because a lot of people who jump into Supernatural are newer to fitness. If you've ever been on the Supernatural Facebook group, it's a lot of brand new people, and that's the love part. That's what I love about Supernatural in VR is a lot of people are buying the Quest 2 just to do Supernatural. Here's why I don't love it is because the secrecy part, they don't really answer a lot of questions that you might have, like why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? All of the trainers, and if you've gone through my YouTube, I've interviewed a great majority of them. The only one I haven't done is Rainier and Leanne. Those are the only two I haven't interviewed yet. And I feel like they're probably not going to want to interview with me anymore just because that company and that program has grown so much. And they have like this kind of image that they have to keep up. And that image is like we are the best. I guess that it kind of comes across like that. And please tell me if maybe I'm just misinterpreting it, but they come across as like we're the best and we're the only thing you need. And for me, as a fitness guy, that's not true. Like even as a regular person, that's not really true. They're very money focused. I know that. Again, the Catholic Church has more transparency than super. Well, I wouldn't go that far. I disagree, but the thing with Tiffany Haddish was like a big point for me where I was just like, really? And I've been considering canceling Supernatural. And let's see here, notches too high. Yeah, and it's funny for me. So I'm big with transparency with you guys too. Unlike Supernatural and the Catholic Church. I purchase Supernatural in like month increments, and really the only reason I purchase it is to do content on it. So if you see me doing Supernatural content, it's probably because I have a subscription to it at the moment. I have reached out to them. I have said, hey, I will make content for your stuff. Just hook me up with a membership. Like you wouldn't believe how many people I've turned on to Supernatural, and I'm highly critical of them. And every time it's just like email ignored. And it's kind of weird, but I'm not saying that they should give me free stuff, but I'll be honest, every other company, they want to see me put out content, so they give me memberships for free. So I have most of it. Most of the memberships. The only one I don't have is Supernatural because I don't know. They know me. I know them. The only person I don't really know is their CEO, which is weird because I know most of the CEOs for most of these games. Yeah, I never pay for a year. Yeah, and like you said, and I'm all for people who are new to fitness or want to like get their exercise. Like if you like Supernatural and it does what you want it to do for you, then by all means, I think it's good for you. I think just as you grow as an athlete or whatever you want to call yourself, you're gonna need more. And like you can only kind of monkey swing your arms so long and punch things for so long before you're like, yeah, I need something else. And it may not be right now, it may not be in 6 months, it may not be in a year, but everyone always grows out of things. Like you're never gonna do the same thing forever. That's why Peloton keeps branching out to doing new things. And I think another problem I have with Supernatural is, and this is kind of a hot take from my other video that was like, is it a ripoff of Beat Saber? It's not, but it's like, oh wait, I am getting Facebook followers, or Facebook comments. Oh, cool. Hey, Mike, what's up, dude? I haven't talked to you in forever. Yeah, but like, if it gets you into shape and lose weight, you do it. Like if that's your goals, like if your goal is to lose weight and this is working for you, absolutely do it. It's just like you'll grow out of things. Everyone grows out of everything. Like I grew out of CrossFit. And there's a few people that are diehards and stay forever. And the cult of personality with Supernatural is really, really good. And Yeah, absolutely. See that, so there's a lot of people on here that are like really in love with Supernatural and like it a lot, but I also know that it's not the best and the only thing out there. You can get other things. They just do it the best. So they take things like Beat Saber and they do it better, sort of, arguably, for fitness. They take boxing and they do it better than FitXR. They take, I guess, stretching and they do it better than, I don't think anyone else is doing it, but like I guess you could say like side quest games. So it does, they take it and they polish it and they make it look real clean. Um, I agree with you right here, Ricky, that they're in a prime position to take away because the new beats mechanics are actually like, I'm actually next month. I think I'm gonna revisit Beat Saber versus Supernatural in a video, and things might change because like a lot of this stuff in Beat Saber has changed. However, I don't know that they want to be considered a fitness game. I don't know that. I think they still want to be kept away from that. But okay, best two Quest. What are the best Quest 2 fitness and workout games? There is a video by a YouTuber named FitProVR that I think you should check out, which is the top 10 the top 10 workout games for the Quest 2. And you should check that one out and give me all the watch time. Let's jump into this thing. Okay, we're going to look at this Lumen. It is, so again, if you weren't here, you can see, look, my fingerprints all over it. I spit when I talk is all over it. Yeah. So we're going to open this thing up. I have no idea, no clue how this thing works. I'm going to try and keep it on both cameras here for you. So apparently what it is, it's a metabolism hack. It feels expensive. I bought this, like I paid for this. So, it feels super expensive. I should put it somewhere where you can all see it. I'm going to get rid of this comment here. No offense, Randy Vimo. But, okay. But it says, hello, I'm Lumen. Hello, Lumen. Does anyone watch Severance? No, just me? If you don't, Severance is like my new favorite show. Okay, so it's got quite the unboxing thing here. It's got your getting started. See if I can put that up there. You'll have to forgive me because if it's just like all the paperwork. This camera is going to be reacting to things that I'm doing for the other camera, so it's a kinky. Okay, so let's see what it says. Okay, I'm going to put this stuff down because there's like a charging base and stuff like that for it. It says, breathe with us. A quick little note to say thank you for choosing Lumen. We're excited you chose us to join you on this exciting journey. It's kind of redundant. Excited. Toward mastering and improving the health of your metabolism. We designed... Severance is on Apple TV, but if you're someone who sails the high seas, you can get it a little bit easier. I'll just say that. Me matey. Okay, that's the best way to watch it. We designed Lumen to be exceptionally personalized, custom insights, working with nutrition. Okay, see, I already get bored of that kind of stuff pretty easily. Comes with a tote bag. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see what this thing even is supposed to do. So, I have to download an app and connect it. Oh, goody. So basically what it does is you use Lumen the first thing in the morning and you get a custom Lumen level to understand what your body's burning for energy. And then you'll get a daily plan based on what energy you're burning. So, I mean, honestly, that makes sense. If you're burning a specific type, like let's say you wake up and you're burning fat, you might have to eat something different than what you intended. You probably shouldn't eat a donut. Okay. We got a nice little carrying case for your Lumining on the go. Okay. We have, this is quite the unbox. I am so bad at unboxing things. For those of you who watch my review videos of like products, I don't know why. I feel like I am the worst product review person ever. And my homie JBrat, if you don't follow JBrat if you don't subscribe to JBrat on YouTube, you should, because that is like an example of someone who reviews things way better than I ever could. But like I always make a not subscription, excuse me. I always make a a review video, like let's say for example like the battery ones, like the battery headsets, and then I watch it, I'm just like, who's watching this? Who wants to hear me ramble on about things? And I appreciate that. I appreciate that you like my honesty, and that's one of those things that I'll never not be with you guys, is honest. So apparently we have to charge it. I don't. Oh, fancy. I think like the ring nowadays is just like the standard for something. But I appreciate that. I try to be as honest as possible with all of my stuff, because we get to a point now where with yeah, Twitcher, you're one that always comments on everything. I was like, man, that's cool. That's funny. And I try to make them at least somewhat entertaining. So now we're going to download the Lumen app. Okay. Oh, did you see that picture? Did you see my background? It's Goose. It's my sweet daughter. So now we're going to download the Lumen app and see what that's all about. But I do appreciate you guys who watch all my videos. It's really weird to me because like I wouldn't watch my videos. I would actually. I try to make them funny enough to where I would watch them. So Lumen Metabolism Hacker. Let's try that out. Double click to install. You're welcome, Apple. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of this view here for a second because we're not really looking at anything. A Lumen with a tiki face. Wait, what? Where? Which one? Left bicep. Hold on, you can see my left bicep? This is my left bicep. Oh. I don't know what you're saying, but I don't know. So, sorry. Lumen with a tiki face. It is just a tiki face, actually. All right, sorry, you're derailing me. The old man can't handle that many things. So we're going to open this metabolism tracker, and we're going to figure this thing out. It wants to use Bluetooth. Why not? Of course it does. Everything uses Bluetooth nowadays. Needs my face. Is this my... Use my Lumen thing. Okay, so we're going to download that in the background, and we'll increase. If anything, it'll take away your power levels, because like you're blowing into it. Okay, we got the Lumen community. Oh, good, another community. Understand how your body works. Discover when your body is burning fat or carbs, and how to safely steer it to an optimal state. Custom nutrition plans. That's kind of nice. Improve metabolic health, gain control of your metabolism, overall health, well-being. Guys, if you want to start asking your questions right now, by all means, please do it. As far as like nutrition questions, because I am starting to run short on time. I'm gonna go for a little over an hour, but if you want to start asking fitness questions, do it now, because I'm gonna get to them. And like I said, if you've been on my live streams in the past, I'll answer anything. I'll answer whatever you need. So please take this time to ask your questions. Consider me your personal trainer right now. Connect to Apple Health. Oh man, I don't like doing that because I don't really use Apple Health. Turn on all. Okay. Let's do an enable a motion and fitness data tracking my steps. Specific. Oh God. You had me for a second there. Can you recommend a specific company for bear wishes? Yeah, the garbage. You could, if you buy them, you can throw them directly in the garbage. It's like, did you ever see that episode of Parks and Rec where I can't remember the guy's name, the guy with the mustache, where he's at the store, the grocery store, and they're offering like vegan jerky, and he takes it and he just puts it directly into the garbage. That's what I feel like you should do with that. Okay, but I'm gonna skip that one. I love it. Okay, so talk a little bit about resistance bands. You touched on it briefly, and I was considering it an extra intensity in various exercises. So resistance bands are great, but okay, everything in fitness is always like, this is great, but, because you always need to know what's actually happening with these things.
Imagine you've just eaten a huge piece of pie, and instantly your body burns all those carbs as energy and doesn't store any of it as fat. Now, wouldn't that be great? No doubt it would. And it will happen to you.
The camera's freaking out.
It's called having metabolic flexibility, and it's how a healthy body operates. You see, the healthy body has the ability to switch back and forth between burning fat or burning carbs for energy, depending on what's available. After eating pasta, for instance, the healthy body will burn the newly available carbs. And after an early dinner and a night-long fast, it will wake up burning fat from the body's fat stores. That's metabolic flexibility. And the coolest thing about it?
Okay, we're going to stop that. You know why you can trust it? British accent. That's why. Anyone with a British accent is immediately trustworthy. Sorry, that totally interrupted me. So I'm going to turn the volume down because that's apparently just the welcome video. So I'm going to keep it going in the background, but I don't really need to hear it. Sorry. Let me back to there. Okay, so resistance bands. So again, everything in fitness is, these are great, but that goes for everything. Even the stuff that you don't think is great, it's like they all have a use. Wrist weights, they have a use. They're just not for what people use them for in VR fitness. Resistance bands, it's the same thing. Now, resistance bands are cool because you can kind of guide. So you'll have to tell me in the comments what you mean by using them. For example, are you just using them on their own? If you're using them just for their own, like, kind of like resistance, and you're not like putting it in a game, absolutely fine. Again, you'll grow out of them, but resistance bands, the farther you pull them apart, the harder it gets to pull them apart. So I have a few, I can't get to them right now because I'm like literally covered in cords and cables because I'm doing a 2-camera setup today. But if you take a resistance band and you pull it apart and then you bring it back together and then you pull it apart and bring it, it's like lifting weights. You're adding resistance. So let's say I pull it apart here. I'm working a few different muscles. I'm working my back, and B, I'm working a few things in like my shoulder, my medial delt, things like that. And beyond that, that's what they're used for. They use for rehabilitative purposes. A lot of times if you've injured yourself, you'll see people using resistance bands to do like the external rotation on the shoulder. They're mostly good for that. They can be used for like barbell cueing. Like if you're doing a deadlift and you're having trouble rounding your back, you can actually strap resistance bands on, attach it to the rig, and it'll straighten your back out because of the way it's pulling your lats down. So they really do have a place and purpose. If we're talking specifically as a means of some light weights, they're great. They're absolutely great. Again, if you're going to do that though, you need to buy a set of them. Like you need to buy a heavy duty set and you need to buy like a lighter set, because just like anything, you have to kind of like undulate the way you train. So you can't always lift heavy all the time. So if you're going to do one day of lighter work, you'll maybe do some higher reps. Let's say the way I break up my lifting is push, pull, and legs. So when I'm doing push, pull, legs, everything on push day, I go push, pull, legs, and then day off from lifting. I do mostly barbell and dumbbell and some kettlebell stuff. But let's say you only wanted to do a resistance training program, and you only were doing push stuff. So you would kind of lace a band behind your back and push up like that, and you would be working a lot of your chest and your triceps. So again, if you're going to buy them, you need to buy a set of them, and I would recommend finding a program that and I'm going to drop one for you in the comments actually, because there's one that I would recommend that is kind of, I want to say it's a 6-week program that's specific to resistance bands. Let me do this for you. Hold on one second. Give me a second while I look it up. It's called ElastX. Okay. And you've probably seen this guy on YouTube before, Jeff Cavalier. I met him a couple of years ago. He's really great. So I'm going to drop that in the comments. Hopefully you can see that if you're on YouTube, there in the YouTube comments. But yeah, if you're going to do a workout program using only resistance bands, I would definitely look into this one called ElastX. Okay. Great question though. I like them, but again, people start trying to throw them in other things and that don't always work. Like for example, putting them behind your back and trying to box with them. It's stupid. I'm sorry, it is. And like I got a lot of shit from a few people that are like, well, there are other boxing coaches that would say otherwise. Well, a lot of boxing coaches are just like from the school of hard knocks and don't have any kind of science behind it. And they're finding out that they could be training their boxers more efficiently using other methods. So let me get to some of your other comments here. So that was the first one. A pair of Back to that pair of wrist weights. How do you stay consistent with any program? It's got to be fun. Hi, Michelle. Long time no see. I went to college with Michelle during those graphic design years. Hold on one second. So, consistent with any kind of program. It's got to be fun. Honestly, you need to worry less about the actual program. Is this the perfect program? Will it get me every single result? You have to kind of look at your like what your results are in more of a broad sense. Is this going to be fun for me to do? Because that's how you build a habit, right? It's got to be fun to do, and that's why VR fitness became such a huge hit. Is because it's super fun. Okay. And we all have different tastes. Like, you know me, I hate Power Beats VR. I think it's, I hate it. And there are people that love it. Okay. There are people that loved Wonder, the review I just did. I don't love Wonder. But I'm all for people doing the things that they love, because if it's helping you build a habit, that's the primary goal. Nobody, and I mean nobody in this room, including myself, is at a point where they need the perfect program. The people who need that are elite athletes, Olympic lifters who are also elite athletes, and probably that's it. Maybe like bodybuilders, because I wouldn't consider them athletes. They're more like aesthetics. But if it's fun and it's getting you the results you want, that's what you should do. If running is your thing, it's not my thing. Ooh, I try running and I can run for maybe an hour on a treadmill. Beyond that, I'm not doing any half marathons. That's all past me. But if it's fun for you, do it. And that's where I differ from a lot of different trainers, and why like the programs and stuff for me are not, I don't want to try and sell programs. It's because if it's not fun, it's not fun. You don't want it to be a chore. Working out shouldn't be a chore. It's obviously already stress on your body to do workouts, but if you're having fun, it's not so bad. So I guess that'd be my biggest tip, is make it a fun kind of workout. Weightlifting. Oh, I love weightlifting for weight loss. So a beginner resource, honestly, for most people in the room, is go on T Nation. Okay, T Nation is the broiest, douchiest, stupidest website, I would say, on the internet when it comes to lifting, because they are kind of like bodybuilder focused. But here's the big but here. Always a big but in this room. Gotta love a big but. They have a lot of very knowledgeable trainers who aren't going to pull your leg about things. And here's what I mean by pull your leg about things. Is if you go on, like, let's say Gymshark, and you want to buy, oh God, don't start with this toning thing again. Come on. If you wanted to buy a program from like one of the Gymshark athletes, influencers, whatever you want to call them, the girls who have had like abs since 6th grade and don't really work super hard to get those abs, you're going to get a lot of bullshit. And when you break it down, a lot of these people are on steroids. They may not look like they. When we think steroids, we think like big and juicy, like bodybuilder. Bodybuilders are on like an ungodly amount of steroids, but like the average person, like I would say, if you go to a gym, I would probably, an educated guess, obviously no sources to back this up, just from my experience, probably 3 out of 10 people at the gym are using some kind of steroid, some kind of like performance enhancing drug, whether it's like Anavar, whether it's like Tren, Clen, all that stuff. It's pretty common. You can get it really easily from Mexico. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine. I hadn't seen him in a couple of months, and I was like, "Bro, you're looking a little juicy. Are you hitting the gear?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I did a cycle." And it's just like, but if you can talk about, there's nothing wrong with, like, there's honestly the health things, like I don't really believe there's a huge, like a ton of health detriments to it unless you're abusing it like anything. But if you're doing like a cycle here and there, there's not really a big deal. I personally have never done steroids before, so I can't like personally attest to it. My problem is I don't want to like fall in love with the results and then have to keep going and going, because I have a very habitual personality. But weightlifting for weight loss, big tangent there. Go to T Nation. And here's why I got on the steroid tangent, is because T Nation will give you programs for if you're on steroids. And then they'll give you realistic programs for people who are not taking like PEDs. And I think that kind of that kind of honesty and transparency is super valuable in the fitness world because there are, like I said, again, the influencers, they're taking PEDs and they're doing things that you probably won't do. So they're going to sell you a program saying these are your results, but you're not cheating the way they are. So go on. Honestly, most places like T Nation, if you just go basic go to T Nation, look up starter barbell. You'll come up with something. They have article after article, and you'll learn a ton because their coaches are super knowledgeable. Okay, so long tangent there. Sorry about that. How soon before or after a meal do you work out? I work out about 20 minutes after lunch. I'm a teacher on summer break right now, so I have the luxury of doing that. When it's the school year, I work out in the evening. I used to be a morning guy, but I can't really do it much anymore. I don't have the motivation. Having a 1 year old who sleeps like the worst doesn't help for a 5 a.m. wake up. So during the summer, I eat lunch and then I work out about 20 minutes later. I get to add my details to Lumen. I'm going to do that in the background. Ugh, when you have to pull down the year on your birthday, yikes. 1982 is so far down that list these days. Yikes. Oh, it knows everything about me already. That's weird. So I would say like 20 minutes. You got to let anything you just ate kind of like absorb. That's kind of how your body works, is it takes about 20 minutes for you to go from here to there. And then once your stomach starts like absorbing all the nutrients and putting them in there, that's when I would do it. So that's my recommendation. Some people are like, they love fasted cardio. I can't do it. I get dizzy. I've tried it. Let's see, Ricky. My son's boxing coach wants him to be able to go down a weight class in boxing. But his body, here we go. But his body fat is now at 8%. He'd be losing muscle and generally be unhealthy. How do I interject respectfully? Well, here's how. You lose the respectfully part. Because I don't know how old your kids are, Ricky. I can't, or your son is. I can't tell you like specifically. However, any kid who's not like already on some kind of travel team and about to make the Olympic trials, Grandpa Ari, that's me, does not need to be in a position to where they're worried about cutting weight. If your son is boxing and he's having fun, cutting weight, especially at a body fat of 8%, that's low. That's really low. Cutting lower than that is going to affect his performance, especially if he's going to be losing muscle mass, and B, it's going to make it less fun because he has to do all the grueling like weight cut stuff, which I've done before and is the worst. So I would say, if I were you and I had a boxing coach that was saying, hey, because my son's name is Charlie and he does Muay Thai, he's starting to go into the jiu-jitsu, the land of jiu-jitsu. He wants to be a ground shark now. And if they wanted to tell him to cut weight, I'd be like, no, we're not doing that. I would rather him lose at his weight class. And but yeah, 15. That's too young to be doing that kind of stuff, honestly. If he was like 17 or 18, I would say maybe if he was motivated to do it. But honestly, if he's at an 8% body fat, that's silly. That's silly. What's up, Richard? Long time no see, homie. Okay, but like honestly, I would just tell your coach no. Like the coaches know. Like I care more about my son's health than I care about him boxing at a lower weight class. Especially in boxing, where weight classes are like almost like every 3 pounds. It's weird. Did I check out Chaotic Dojo boxing? I haven't. I have the key. I haven't opened the game yet. My shoot schedule is so crazy because I've been trying to push like 25 pieces of content out per month. But no, I apologize. I have not gotten to that. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, cool. Looks like we got some of that done. Running's the best. If there's running VR, I'd never take it off. If you have to run on a treadmill, put on TV, do some run trails. Okay, so I have downloaded 3 treadmill VR games from SideQuest, and they're just sitting there, and I'm just like, I do not want to do this. I don't know, something about being in VR and on a treadmill, just, it doesn't feel right. But yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and do it next month. It's on my shoot schedule for next month. But again, things pop up. Like this month, I had to push a couple things back. I was going to do VFC, Virtual Fight what is it, virtual fighting championship. That was on the list, but then I had a great idea to make it funnier, so I got pushed back. And then Kung Fu VR, Dragon Fist came up, so I got pushed back even more. So yeah, I'll get to it. Tone buttocks. You can't. Sorry, you just can't. You can't tone. You have to lose weight to tone. That's the secret. How much value do you think more multiplayer VR fitness apps would have? Logical next level. So here's a fun fact. I am super antisocial. And weird that content and live streaming for me is more just like talking to myself. So for me, it's odd. I'm still setting this up in the background. And the Lumen thing. So we'll get to it, I promise. It's halfway there. I don't think we're going to get to the VR ping pong paddles today, though. I don't like doing multiplayer stuff. Like, I get invited every week, like clockwork, I get invited to the VR workout, group workouts that they do. And honestly, nothing about that seems appealing to me because it's just like people breathing in my ear while I'm trying to work out. That for me, that's just not a thing that I want to do. Most of the time. Sorry. Okay, go away. Okay. But yeah, for if people like it, I think it's fine that asynchronous multiplayer like you have in Les Mills is fine, where you have like the kind of ghosts of old workouts there. I'm happy with just working out with ghosts. That's fine. VR fitness has running. It doesn't though. It has elliptical stuff. So it doesn't have running. You have to use it on elliptical for it to work. Grandpa Ari, that's me, Grandpa Ari. Let's see here. Yeah, again, no, I wouldn't have kids cutting weight. I had to cut weight in high school for wrestling because I was kind of chubby in high school, and I used to wrestle at like 189. And then one year I ballooned up and I had to cut weight. Not fun, not fun. Okay, we're still setting this up in the background. Heavy breathing in. Yeah, because honestly, if you're doing multiplayer stuff, and it's funny because there was some of you who have been around a while probably know her, Elena. She's from Moldova, and she had a VR fitness channel on YouTube. I don't know what happened to it. I think she changed jobs or something, and it sucks because she's over there on the border of Ukraine and stuff. So I know that, or I guess Romania. Is it Romania? She's over there somewhere. I couldn't point it out on a map, but she was making really fun content, and she kind of just fell off. So not really sure what happened there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, add. Sorry, I'm trying to like add a workout. This Lumen thing is a lot more in depth than I thought. But like we did a FitXR workout together, and it was like I was trying to talk to her and learn more about like Moldova and stuff, and I'm just like talking. For me, it's like, this isn't great. When I go to the gym, I don't talk to people. Like, there are people on the phone at the gym. That ain't me. That is not me. Let's see, asleep at 11. Oh god. And then wake up at 6, I would say 6 a.m. Oh, that's not great. My daughter just doesn't sleep anymore. See, she just entered this phase of just not sleeping at all. What's your dietary preference? Oh my god, I eat everything. Boy. So for me, nutrition's always been a struggle. That's why this Lumen thing was interesting, because I always am just been a huskier kind of dude, and I've been trying to get it under control in a way that makes sense. Do you typically eat carbs in all your meals? Yes, I do. Have you tried a low-carb diet? Yes, I have. How difficult were the low-carb diets? Somewhat okay. Okay, set up your Lumen. What's your motivation for Lumen? What should be my motivation? Let's go with build healthy habits, metabolic insights, and let's see here. Increase muscle mass? Bro, I'm always trying to do that. Weight maintenance. Let's do that. Okay, let's try that. Okay, choose your track. Fitness performance, metabolic health, healthy weight loss. Fitness performance. Let's do that. Oh my gosh, so many questions. Do you carry Lumen on you throughout the day? I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, that's what I'm trying to figure out, is this is a new device for me, and I'm trying to figure out. It's charging right now, I think. Hello? Yeah, it's charging. Goal, increase endurance, improve body composition, build muscle mass. So I have too many t-shirts that I own that are like large is, so I can't lose any weight, or else I'll have to buy a bunch of new shirts. So let's just go build muscle mass with a lot of protein. Here we go. We're finally at a thing. Okay, practice. Practice using your lumen. Okay, what are your thoughts on tonal and mirror and other expensive mirror exercise devices? I'll be honest, I've never used a tonal. I've wanted one for a long time, but it's like $4,000, and you still have to pay like $30 a month to use it. And I've been sending emails to the company to try and get my hands on one, but I don't think I would ever be in a position to afford it. I don't think that LeBron James is a like a sponsor. I think he just is the only one that can afford to use it. I mean, like I said, if it gets people moving, by all means. But I worry that it's going to be one of those like trendy things where people pay $4,000 and like people are out of desperation spend a lot of money thinking it's going to be awesome, and then it turns out to be kind of stupid. We're gonna practice using. Here we go, lady.
Relax your body. Inhale through your lumen. Hold your breath for 10 seconds, then exhale through your lumen. Here, let me show you how. First, start by sitting comfortably. Place both feet on the ground. You should feel calm inside, not winded from running around, a true resting state. Next, exhale briefly through your nose. Inhale deeply through your lumen. Make it a long breath from deep inside your belly. Keep the ball inside the ring. Once the ring is complete, remove your lumen from your lips while holding your breath. Hold your breath for 10 seconds. When the countdown ends, exhale back through your lumen at a steady pace while keeping the ball inside the ring. Ready? Let's start.
Oh boy, it's go time, baby. Okay, so we got the lumen. All right. Oh, we got to take the thing off. So, next. Let's get connected. Hold your lumen and press the button in the front to turn it on. Okay. It should automatically connect. We're connected. Oh, God. It said, like, be in a relaxed state. I don't know that I can do that. Here we go. Next. Sit and relax. Oh, God. This is going to be the hardest thing I did all year. Okay, sit. Okay, nobody say anything stupid. Here we go. I'm trying to relax. Don't talk to me. Next. Inhale to get the ball in the ring. I'm going to try and hold this up so you guys can see this too. Hold on. Let's switch to the double camera thing. Wait. Where are we? Okay. I want you all to see this. Yeah, me neither. Here we go. Wait, that's it? Oh. Just try it a few times. Oh, this is just practice. It wasn't really the thing. Okay, I'll try it a couple times. That's too hard. Okay, I think we got it. I was expecting smoke to come out. Okay, stay in the ring for 4 seconds. Okay, this is the real one. Okay, here we go. I did it. Hold your breath. Start it. Next. Oh, I ran out of breath. That's tough, man. Okay, move on to try the... It was just practice. No, that was intense. I think it's gonna help you lose weight by just doing this. Okay, we're gonna do it. This is the go time. Here we go. Stop making me laugh. Here we go. I think it is.
Inhale deeply through your lumen. Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. We're analyzing. Let's see what we got. Okay, we're analyzing now. Great practice. Let's measure. What? That's great practice. Let's measure for real. Guys, this is intense. Why is it not doing this? Exactly. Exactly. You can't eat if you're passed out. Okay, here we go. If this isn't it, I give up. Okay, here we go.
Inhale deeply through your lumen. Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
It's going to be like, that great job practicing. Oh, good. Oh, I'm burning fat and carbs. Okay, I don't know what that means yet. I don't know how to interpret this. So that's what we got to figure out. I'm burning fat and carbs. Okay, expect this level after eating a well-balanced meal or when your body is on the way to a serious carb or fat burn. Oh, okay. So, so cost between. Yeah, I bought it for $300, and I don't know what the membership is, so I don't know. I just kind of buy things without thinking. Okay, so I have to start every morning. Okay, so it's apparently like a weekly thing. I start every morning by doing this. So this is a 3. I literally just before this stream, I finished like an insane leg workout with like barbells and dumbbells and stuff. So we have to measure every week. Okay, so apparently we have to get a nutrition plan. Tap the measure your metabolism. Tap through the okay. Okay, so it's just like personalized for the. So it tells you your macros for the day. So that's, I don't know if you can see it there. It tells you your macros for the day, what you should be burning. I feel like it should. It probably after a week it's going to be a little bit better, because it kind of builds your habits. Guys, that was intense. That was having you practice like 3 times. I'm not great at like breathing stuff. Like if we're going into a pool or something, I can't hold my breath for very long. So that was intense. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like anything. I'll give a full review on Lumen. And so nobody buy it yet. Nobody buy this thing, okay? Only reason is I haven't given it. I don't want to be like one of those like influencers that's just like, because I don't consider myself an influencer, but like, yeah, guys, I totally breathe into this 3 times, and you should spend all this money. Like, I don't want to do that. So let me do this for a month, and then come back. And if you see me like 20 pounds lighter and just like yoked, just know that it's all for Lumen. It's all for Lumen, from Lumen. Okay, guys, this has been so much fun coming back to streaming with you guys. I want to say thank you. Don't buy a used Lumen, gross, because you're breathing in through it and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to give away a Lumen. I'll keep it, and I'll put it back on the shelf among the things that I kind of use sometimes. But thank you so much for coming to my live stream. I promise I'm going to do more of these. I bought a professional membership to StreamYard, so I have to use it. It was a lot of money, so it was going to force me to use it. Guys, thank you so much. Expect to see me a lot more on like the MetaQuest socials. I've been doing a lot of work for Meta, and I'm starting to be their like fitness guy, which is like awesome for me, because that was the goal of the channel from the get-go, was to be like the go-to fitness guy for VR. And I feel like I've kind of solidified my place in that. So thank you so much for coming to my live stream. I cannot wait to do it again. Let me know in the comments what you want to see in the future, and I would love to talk more about it. You guys are awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, folks beyond the binary, I love you all. Have a great rest of your day. I am taking my son to jiu-jitsu now. Bye, everybody.